Hi, I'm Dr. John, but you can just call me John. So, exercise is great. However, quite often, people who exercise, sometimes at the end of the workout, they neglect the stretching, right? Does that sound like you? You do your warm-up, you do your workout, and then you stretch for a few minutes and say, I'm going home. Exercise, great, but so is stretching, but people sometimes just don't like to stretch. So I'm going to show you some exercises that you already like to do that are going to challenge your flexibility, and while it's not going to be a complete replacement for stretching, I think that if we do certain exercises that challenge our mobility, it's going to go a long way towards keeping us limber and mobile.
What's your style? My style? You can call it the art of
Stretching without stretching.
the art of
Stretching without stretching.
Show me some of it.
So, let's just get into it. We're going to start with the first exercise, which is, of course, aptly named after me. And we're going to do the Kozak Squat, or the Kozak Squat. Alright, so the Kozak Squat is it's a squat that goes in a lateral direction. So kind of like a lunge that goes sideways. If a lunge and a squat had a baby, we have the Kozak Squat. We're going to have our legs wide, and if this is something you're new to, we can just go not all the way down. You're going to feel a stretch hopefully in this groin muscle here. Then we just go to the other direction. If you are feeling comfortable, you can go deeper. You can go all the way down and sink, really sink into it, and you'll start to feel a bit of a stretch on this hip as well. Good. So that's the Kozak Squat. Now we're going to do a move taken from Tai Chi called Snake Creeps Down, though name's not that important. It's kind of like a Kozak Squat, but it's sort of done in reverse. So we're going to start in a standing position, and it's kind of like a pistol squat. We're going to use one leg to lower ourselves down and really strengthen that one leg as the other leg hovers as long as you can above the ground until we end up in a similar position to the Kozak Squat. So watch. So my right leg is going to do all the work. It's going to lower me down while my left leg is floating in the air. So this is a bit of a challenge. And then eventually, I need to put my foot down, and we slide it out. And we can hold this position for a second, get a nice stretch. Then we're going to shift over and stand up out of it. And so our left leg is the leg using most of the effort to stand up. And then we're going to, again, shift over. Hold this for a second. Shift to this stance. Stand up. Does that make sense? Maybe you're going to find yourself in a plank and you're going to think, how could I also stretch my hips while also in a plank? Well, I'm going to show you. The first one is, so maybe you're doing some plank or some push-ups. So let's say, we're going to do 3 or 5 push-ups or whatever. So we'll do some push-ups. And then we're going to slowly lift, bring our leg up, and get a nice hip stretch. We hold that for a few seconds. This could be like a part of your warm-up. So we do some stretching and some core. We do some push-ups. And we lift and bring it up. And then we sink and we stretch. Or maybe you want to do mountain climbers. And instead of just doing our simple mountain climbers like this, we're going to start here. And we're going to jump and switch and switch and switch and switch and switch. And get a cardio workout with some stretching that way. Or maybe you say, I like to stretch my hamstrings and my calves. So you're in plank and you do downward dog, and you're about to do some dive bomber push-ups. So we get a calf stretch here. bit of a hamstring stretch. And we dive bomb down. Here we get a little bit of a core stretch and hip stretch. And we go back. A little stretch on the calf. And we dive bomb down. A little stretch on the calf for a few seconds. And we dive bomb down. So that's some ways that you can be doing some core and upper body work and stretching out the legs. I'm going to show you some stuff in the core, laying on your back position now. So one core exercise that comes to mind that's going to challenge your hamstrings is half boat. So what you're going to do is have the feet on the ground, sitting on your butt, and you're going to lean back. So there's roughly a 90-degree angle here. Hands like so, and you're going to lift up one leg and straighten it. And this will challenge your hamstring a little bit, in addition to, you know, working your core and hip flexor muscles. And you can do the other side. Now you can do full boat. It takes me a second to get the balance. It's not really going to stretch, I think, the hamstrings as much. We can get there. It just takes me a second to get the balance. So I like that exercise. 2. We're going to do scissor kick holds. We tuck our chin, lift one leg in the air and the other one's hovering off the ground. Straight in the air. Then every 5 seconds or so, switch. You're going to feel a stretch in the hamstring. Switch. Good. Alright, so those are a couple different ways that we can work our upper body, our middle body, and our lower body, and stretch out predominantly the hip area, because that's what gets the tightest. We sit a lot in our society, and our hips are always very tight. So if you feel like your hips are tight, try some of these exercises. Comment below, let me know. Do you like them? Are they fun? Do you find them challenging? Always happy to hear from you. Remember, get the 6 aspects of health every single day. Earth, air, fire, water, work, and rest. This falls under more the aspect of work, which is exercise, among many other things. Check it all out on doubleorganic.com. But there's a little bit of rest in there as well. Rest is all about being therapeutic. So these are kind of therapeutic exercises, but they're meant to challenge you. They're meant to strengthen your muscles, and they're not just, you know, airy-fairy stretches. So try them out, let me know, and I will see you in the next video.